Hello and welcome to grammar class. Today's lesson is synthesis of two or more simple sentences into a complex sentence. The word synthesis means combining or joining. So in English grammar, synthesis is the process of combining or joining two or more simple sentences into a new sentence, which may be either a simple sentence or a compound sentence or a complex sentence. Let me remind you that a simple sentence is one that contains one subject and a single or only one finite verb. For example, he is absent because of his illness. This sentence has only one finite verb, is, so it's a simple sentence. We understand that a simple sentence consists of only one independent clause. Independent means it makes a complete sense by itself. However, in English grammar, a complex sentence consists of one independent or principal clause and one or more dependent or subordinate clauses. In other words, a complex sentence has one independent or principal clause and at least one subordinate clause. And remember, the subordinate clause is always introduced or initiated by a subordinating conjunction or a relative pronoun or relative adverb. Now I am providing a very important list of the common subordinating conjunctions and relative pronouns or relative adverbs that come at the start of the subordinate clause in the complex sentence. And here goes the list: that, which, who, what, because, since, if, as if, until, unless, although, before, after, when, where, so that, as soon as, till, and so on. So you should remember that in a complex sentence, the subordinate clause is always introduced by one of these words. For example, he is absent because he is ill. In this sentence, he is absent is the principal or independent clause, and because he is ill is the subordinate or dependent clause. As you can see, the subordinate clause is initiated by the subordinating conjunction because. The principal or independent clause can make a complete sense by itself. However, the subordinate clause does not express a complete sense. It depends on the main or principal clause for the completion of sense. Well, two or more simple sentences can be combined into a complex sentence in two steps. The first step is to change one simple sentence into the main or principal clause. Second, we have to change the other simple sentence into a subordinate clause. And as you know, a subordinate clause may be either a noun clause or an adjective clause or an adverb clause. A noun clause does the work of a noun, an adjective clause does the work of an adjective, and an adverb clause acts as an adverb in the complex sentence. I am going to tell you how you can easily identify and use these three types of subordinate clauses along with the principal clause in the complex sentence. We can combine two or more simple sentences into a complex sentence by using a subordinate noun clause with the principal clause. And remember, the noun clause is always initiated by one of these five words: that, which, what, when, and where. In the first example, he is honest and I have no doubt about it are the two simple sentences. When these two simple sentences are combined, we have the complex sentence I have no doubt that he is honest, in which I have no doubt is the principal clause and that he is honest is the subordinate noun clause. In the second example, the separate simple sentences are the sun rises in the east and it is known to all. We combine these two simple sentences to form the complex sentence it is known to all that the sun rises in the east, in which it is known to all is the principal clause and that the sun rises in the east is the subordinate noun clause. In both these cases, the subordinate clauses are initiated by the subordinating conjunction that. The train may be late. I do not know are the two simple sentences here. They are combined into the complex sentence I do not know whether the train will be late. In this sentence, I do not know is the principal clause and whether the train will be late is the subordinate noun clause introduced by the subordinating conjunction whether. So we understand that if the fact or statement of the first simple sentence is denied or affirmed in the second simple sentence, they are combined with the help of a noun clause. Moreover, two separate simple sentences are also combined with the help of a subordinate adjective clause. You see, in complex sentences, subordinate adjective clauses are initiated or introduced by relative pronouns such as who, which, that, when, where, and why. Remember, if the thing or person mentioned in the first simple sentence is described or modified in the second simple sentence, we combine them by using a subordinate adjective clause. For example, the two separate simple sentences here are this is the mobile phone and I wanted to buy it. The second sentence modifies or talks about the mobile phone mentioned in the first sentence. So we combine them into the complex sentence this is the mobile phone that I wanted to buy. This is the mobile phone is the principal clause and that I wanted to buy is the subordinate adjective clause initiated by the relative pronoun that. We met a soldier and he had won the gallantry award are the two simple sentences here. The second sentence describes the soldier of the first sentence. So these two simple sentences are combined as the complex sentence we met a soldier who had won the gallantry award, in which we met a soldier is the principal clause and who had won the gallantry award is the adjective clause initiated by the relative pronoun who. In the last example, the two separate simple sentences I have seen the village and you were born there are combined into the complex sentence I have seen the village where you were born. Here I have seen the village is the principal clause and where you were born is the subordinate adjective clause. Well, up next we have two separate simple sentences combined with the help of an adverb clause. You see, when the separate simple sentences have a mutual relation of cause, contrast, condition, comparison, etc., they are combined by using a subordinate adverb clause. In such cases, remember these subordinating conjunctions like if, although, since, after, before, then, whether, whereas, as soon as, where, when, until, as if, so that, etc. are used meaningfully and appropriately to join such simple sentences. For example, the two simple sentences he is poor and he is still happy are expressing a relation of contrast between them. So in the complex sentence, he is happy is the principal clause and although he is poor is the subordinate adverb clause initiated by the subordinating conjunction although. In the second example, the two separate simple sentences are he is going to the hospital and he is very ill. They express a relation of cause and effect. Here in the complex sentence, he is going to the hospital is the principal clause and because he is very ill is the adverb clause. The subordinating conjunction because is joining the two clauses in this sentence. Remember, the subordinating conjunction always initiates or comes at the start of the subordinate clause. In the last example, the two simple sentences speak the truth and we shall pardon you are expressing a relation of condition and consequence. So in the complex sentence, we shall pardon you is the principal clause and if you speak the truth is the adverb clause initiated by the subordinating conjunction if. Now let's study some more examples of simple sentences being combined into a complex sentence. He is intelligent and you are equally intelligent are the two simple sentences showing a relation of comparison. So we are using the subordinating pair conjunction as in the complex sentence. He is as intelligent as you are. In the second example, there are three simple sentences. I have bought a flat. It has a big hole. The hole is air conditioned. In the complex sentence, there are two adjective clauses, that I have bought and which is air conditioned, initiated by the relative pronouns that and which respectively. The principal clause of this sentence is the flat has a big hole. The three simple sentences in the third example are the earth is round, it is a fact, it is known to all. We combine them into the complex sentence, the fact that the earth is round is known to all. That the earth is round is the noun clause and the fact is known to all is the principal clause here. And then you are very smart, no other boy in your class is so smart are the two simple sentences showing comparison. In the complex sentence, you are smarter is the principal clause, while than any other boy in your class is the subordinate adverb clause. Here is a word of caution for you. While combining two simple sentences into a complex sentence, we must not use a coordinating conjunction such as and, or, but, otherwise, so, for, yet, not only but also, neither no, either or, etc. Why? Because coordinating conjunctions are used only in compound sentences and subordinating conjunctions are used in complex sentences. Finally, I am leaving you with some pairs of simple sentences. Combine them into complex sentences and post them in the comment section. I'll personally check each and every answer there. That's the end of today's class. If you liked the video, please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more grammar videos. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end.